So hey guys, hope you're doing good, hope you're doing okay, hope your week was good. Another Nuro here at jsmfx.ke23, and we are going to start off with analysis of AUDUSD. And just like always, welcome back to everyone that has always been here, following me and following the strategies that we'll be going through. And also, if I've been helping you, with the strategies and everything, and you see you take some value from my, my analysis, I want to say thank you so much. For those that are new, welcome also. And we do this every weekend, every Saturday. And I hope also this one can start off your week next week by giving you some valuable lessons and things to look at from Monday. So we're going to start off with the AUDUSD, which is the pair that I added, I think 2 weeks ago. I'm going to start off with the weekly analysis. So we're going to look at reviews and also focus for this week. So let's start. So now right here on the weekly, let me start off on the monthly just to explain something. Now from the monthly, we had this downtrend, okay, making this low, then higher low, then lower high, lower low, and now we made a lower high. We could be expecting that low, okay, run to the downside, but still we have this area which I marked, and I feel to me that we have not tested that part. So I'm really looking forward to like price coming over to this other side, but that's a monthly time frame, so we can't really put our heads into that. So we're gonna have to let price play out and see how it will turn out to be, if we'll be correct or not. So over to the weekly. As you can see also, I think we had a change of character right here. I think I didn't mark this off, so let me mark it right now. I think I forgot to put it up there. Okay, so that's a change of character on the weekly. I normally do the SMC analysis. So if you're an SMC student, or you've done SMC or smart money concept in the long term, then welcome. This would be very, very ideal for you. So yeah, so for the weekly, I noticed that we had this triangle during the pullback after the change of character, and I feel price has really exhausted to the downside, to the demand area, which is this one in the purple line, shape. So right now, as we made this change of character, we see that price went up. Okay, it went up just to mitigate all these other areas that were left out, especially this imbalance right here. So after that pullback, that ran to the upside, we have this pullback which brought us to the demand, directly to the demand. And when you look very closely, we pulled back to the demand area, then we went up, and then we came back only to this demand area. So for me, I feel yes, this could be liquidity from this low, and this low, and now from this this line, maybe could have that liquidity, and probably price could come down just like the arrows just like the arrows that I've just drawn, or I drew, like I think beginning of the month. That would be my projection, and I don't think that maybe we would come that much far. And for me, because this is a triangle, I'll be looking to actually swing this trade if price actually breaks this descending triangle to the upside. Then most of the times when it does the break, I'll be waiting for that break. After that break, let me try and draw this out. After that break, let's say maybe to this POI, or maybe this POI, I think these are the daily POIs, we'll see them in a minute. Then maybe look for entries around here, and also rally, or rather take some buy orders to the upside. And always we have to approach the market with an open mind. So we still have this area where we could be also expecting to run down this liquidity that were left here, okay, maybe to the downside. But before we do that, if we go back to the monthly, we are seeing something. Let me try and show you. We saw that this liquidity right here, okay, this week right here, ran down almost all, or sort of several liquidity points that were there. So I think also from the monthly we had this change of character, which actually price broke to the upside and then came back, which now mitigated to its demand area. So maybe we could be going to the upside because we have this imbalance that we have not covered. That's why I marked this out as my liquidity standpoint. So let me have that, showing it cleanly. Sorry for my OCD way of doing things. So yeah, so let's go to the daily now. Now from the daily, we are looking at this high. Okay, we're looking at this high and this low, and as you can see from the daily, we also have this daily change of character, which price actually, let me try and zoom in because I have something to explain here. After this change of character, price went down, okay, and it actually shot down to the downside like this, then came range around here, built more liquidity just to come and take them out. Now I want you to watch this. After this, another change of character to the upside, I think a bullish change of character. Price went up, but it never mitigated to this demand which I just drew. Like I told you, my daily demands, or rather my daily POIs, is purple, like you see from your end, or rather that's my So after the price went up, came down, then actually mitigated down to the demand area, and that is where now you see I have my my arrow pointed, and that's my projection for the longer time that I'm going to look at the market. So yes, so even with this liquidity that was built right here, we also have this demand which have not drawn, but as you can see, price went up, came back and touched that demand area, then it went up and range around that area, came back again, touched didn't actually touch that demand right here, didn't actually touch the demand, but as you can see, it actually touched this demand. So if you ask me, all this low and this low looks like another liquidity standpoint, which actually might push the price lower to this demand area. So let's go to the 4 hours so that we can move faster a little bit. So yeah, so we had some couple of trades that we took during this week of the week of 11th to 14th, sorry, 10th to 14th of June. Yeah, so yeah, so now after this break of structure to the upside on the 4 hour, we are actually seeing a lot of liquidity standpoints and also demand areas that were not touched. For example, this one here, after the 4 hour change of character, price came up, came down, price came up, came down, and then price shot up again. So right now we are ranging, but we are now starting to see some few signs where price could actually go lower, just the way we saw in our projection of the daily. Okay, so what I'm trying to explain here is that we have a very deep liquidity points like this one here, so we need to actually stay very focused on that. This actually, let me go back to the daily just to show you that a little bit. This actually, after this this change of character, we went down, but price didn't actually come up to this POI that was left pending. So even with this daily change of character, we might see the price going down, or rather dumping a little bit lower, just to mitigate here. That's why with this daily change of character, we are seeing sort of confirmation that we are actually going down, or rather lower to that demand area. So just like always, we also saw that we have this demand area on the 4 hour that had not been touched, where I'm expecting price to come to. Last week we were actually expecting for price to break this low, but it didn't actually did so. So even when this week happened, as you can see, price did like inducing kind of inducing kind of structure so that people could buy. So for those that maybe bought around here, we could be expecting for them to be taken out maybe last week. Remember, have an open mind, because we are not actually expecting, or rather we should not actually expect what we are thinking of, but waiting for price to actually react off from any demand or supply area, then we take our trades with certainty. So yes, so now from the 4-hour, what I'll be expecting is that even after this change of character, let me see, after this change of character right here, we are seeing that pullback to this extreme, and so we're expecting price to at least go lower, but that cannot be done until we see how price will be acting out. So let's go now to the 15 minutes and see how price was acting. Okay, so let me try and zoom out a little bit so that I can start over from this starting of the week. So as you can see from here, we had a change of character. I think if I zoom out, so zoom in, we had a sort of a change of character right here, where price now, after all that, it did actually come back down there, but it didn't touch this demand area also. So what I'll be expecting on the 15 minutes of the AUDUSD is that after this run to the upside and this news that forced this break of structure, we could be expecting, yes, we could be expecting that price could be going to the upside, but also we need to have that open mind and see how price is looking out, or rather wanting to react from those other areas of demand or supplies where we will be expecting price to actually react from. So yes, so now we saw that after this news, I don't remember which news was this. I think it was the FOMC and the PMI. I think there were like several news on this day, which actually showed price up, and then now during the last days of the week, I think 3 days of the week, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, price was actually pulling back to fill that imbalance. So yes, most people could be saying that this liquidity has been run down right here, but you need to also keep in mind that we are not finished with that downside on the longer time frames. And also I noticed that we had this triangle, rather this descending triangle. Okay, I'll try and put it right there like that. I think that will make sense. Yes, so on this descending triangle, we have seen that it has broken, but also we need to confirm that a little bit further. So I'm going to mark this one off right here. As you can see, price went lower, then went up, then broke another low to make this week. So yes, I could, let me just mark this as my change of character right now. Okay, right there, I'll mark that as my change of character, and then I'll be expecting price to actually come down here next week. I'll be expecting price to come down there, and let's see, 15-minute PI. Okay, so I'll be expecting to actually take trades from here, but also with an open mind that maybe price would be going to the further down. So this could be at least 7 pips. That's not bad. If you look at risk management and you always risk 1%, that could be worth the risk. And why are we doing this? We are doing this because when this pullback was happening, as you see here, it left this imbalance. So we have this imbalance for one. We also have this wick that people sold off. Okay, you need to be very careful with these ones, even if the candles are of the same color. Let's say, for example, when price went down right here, okay, it pulled back, then made another low. You need to always look at how price really is reacting, or if it has broken the previous candle to the down or the upside. So if you look at this candle right here, if you look at this candle where I've drawn my POI, price is where, that's where price actually came up from and then sold. But look at this one, when price came down this candle, then pulled back, it actually resulted to have the same color, the bearish candle, but this is still a pullback. Despite the same color, this is still a pullback. So also this, we need to be very, very careful when looking at them, because also that those could pose as the same pure eye that you should be looking at when trading. So yes, so after this news, I think there was news here again, a short price up just to take out these liquidity points, and then did the rundown. But look at this rundown, this low and this high, this low high, it didn't actually touch this extreme to the upside, and that is why now with this rundown to the downside like this, it actually left that all that imbalance on the downside. Okay, so all this high, this high, and this lower high, I'm still looking at them as run to the downside, which was building liquidity for people to continue selling. So what I'll be expecting now is that after this change of character on the 15-minute, I'll be expecting price to at least come down to that demand area which I just drew. Let me try and show you just in a second. So with these demands, with these supply areas that are reacting off, price is reacting off from, I'll be expecting price to at least come down to this demand area. Let me try and draw that for you to see. Come to this demand area, maybe do a little bit of pullback, run down to the deeper side because of this week, then possibly have the change of character right there to the upside, then look for entries around here again, and ride the price to the upside. And where are we running it to? We're running it to this. We are running it to that point of interest, or maybe also this point of interest that was left here with this week. Okay, we also have this one, but I'm not really sure about that one, because here, as you can see, if you look even in your chart, we had this PI, but looks to me like it was mitigated. So I think all this right here on this high, this could also be another inducement to the upside, but I'm not really sure about that. What I can only think of is this trade first. Even if it fails, then we'll look for other opportunities to the downside, but that is what I'll be projecting coming next week on the AUD USD. So let's go now to EURUSD. Just stick around. I'll do a final analysis, quick analysis for all of them. So yes, so now this is AUDUSD, sorry, this is EURUSD now from the daily, like always, we saw this change of character on the weekly, sorry. Then after this run to the upside, after the break, we saw that price actually went to the upside, and then did or made another change of character, which is now seen in the daily and also on the weekly. So after the change of character, we saw that pullback to the extreme, but that is actually visible, much more visible in the daily. So also with the EURUSD, I'll be expecting price to actually come down to this demand area. Like I said before, you can see here that we have this demand area that is of the same color. Please never ignore that, because after this ran down to the low, we actually made several flips on here, then ran down a little bit of liquidity right here, and then shot up to make that change of character. So that means that even with this candle, for the way that it was same color, the bullish color for the candle, we're still waiting. I'm still waiting for price to I'm projecting for price to come down to this side. So that is what I can be seeing on the weekly. Let's jump now to the daily. If my chart can load, thank you. So now from the daily, we are still playing between these black ranges from this high and this low. And like always, I told you, after the change of character, this actually was a very, very sublime pullback, which pushed the price to the upside and mitigated all the way to the extreme. Now after this change of character, like always, my old videos, I have not seen this run, the pullback after the rundown, like here. After this change of character on the daily, we had this lower low, lower high, then all of these were lows. But when it was trying to pull back, pull back after this change of character, this is still an imbalance that has not been touched, so I'll be expecting price to actually come there. But what are we seeing in the daily? What are we expecting on the daily? So after this high, we came down, okay, made the low, made another high, then made the low. But as you can see, all this was corrective. Why was it corrective? Because of this imbalance. So after this corrective and taking out of this liquidity right here, we actually came and made another deeper pullback to this extreme. And as you can see, we've already done or made another change of character on the daily. So after that change of character, I think there was news here. If I'm not wrong, this was NFP. So after it came down right there, it did the pullback. But if you look very closely, we are not seeing that pullback to this extreme that would be expecting to sell from. So I think nothing much was there during the week. I took some few trades because if I don't see anywhere that price is actually coming to touch or react from, then I don't see any opportunities, and that's why I didn't actually see many opportunities on the Euro USD. So yes, so after this pullback, after this change of character, and also this one, which we'll see in the 4 hour, we are seeing this pullback to this upside, but we had not actually touched this extreme, but price went lower, or rather continue selling off. So yes, so I'll be expecting also price to continue selling off from there. Let me try and show you price actually reacting, or rather selling off from there, because we have this demand that had not been touched, where I believe price could be coming to. So don't mind the dots, the vertical dots that I've just made, because these are just my daily intervals, the daily time frame, daily time zone intervals that I normally put them, so that I can remind myself of when the day is and how the price was reacting according to that week. So yes, so let's now jump over to the 4 hour, where I think we'll see much more of the details that you expect. Okay, so yes, so now after that pullback that we just saw on the daily to this extreme, we also saw that change of character right here happening right here. Okay, then when price went down after I think the NFP news, it actually tried to mitigate, or rather fill that imbalance. Although it didn't fill the full of it, then that means that with this fair value gap, we still left some liquidity points where we could be coming in, touching coming next week possibly. So yes, so as you can see also from my last week analysis, we had this arrow drawn here, and as you can see, price actually came down, okay, like that. I just moved it aside so that I can show you, but this is what I was actually trying to say, that price, I was expecting price to come down okay, do a little bit of change of character, then go to the upside, and that is what actually happened, especially in the lower time frames. I can't say much with the higher time frames because that is how I look at things. Sorry about that, I'll just draw it again later. So yes, so I can't say much about the higher time frames, but you get the concept that with these arrows, it gave me that idea of knowing how price actually went to that direction, and my analysis proving me right of what I saw and what I was expecting. So yes, so now what I'll be expecting now on the Euro USD is that all this, let me try and we have this POI, let me try and draw it out. We have this POI that price did actually touch, and also we have this POI. These are kind of liquidity points, the POI points that are normally drawn like this, where you actually have a candle, sorry, a triangle, descending or ascending triangle in the lower time frames, where you could be seeing like price was actually building liquidity, then did the rundown. Then that means that this can be tricky, because price could come to this area then continue shooting down. So let me try and draw that for you so that you can see. So this is what I could be expecting, that price could be coming over to that area. Let me try and put that there. Okay, could coming to that area, then maybe you do a little bit of pullback right there to a deeper area, Okay, then after this change of character right here, this is what I'll be expecting, and possibly let's say like continue selling from that point and coming down right there. But also we could be expecting that this demand area that was built, I think the other week from this week, price could also come up to that area, maybe now do that deeper pullback so that it can take off this liquidity. Then after this change of character, we have the pullback again, then continue selling. That is what I could be expecting. But now if you look at the 4 hour still, we have this wick that was left here, which if you look at the 15 minutes, we'll see how price has actually changed direction. But let us see if it's reacting off of any demand or supply area. So yeah, so I think this one I'll vouch for this demand area. Okay, then stretch it over to that side, then now put it here so that we can see that price was actually reacting off of this point before it made that change of character on this side. So what it actually did, it actually came down to this side, made that wick just to take out this wick that was left here, according to me. Yes, as you can see, let me try and draw that. So as you can see, we have this wick, okay, that was left here, and it happened to be left there intentionally so that it can build liquidity for the people to buy to the upside. But when it came down right here, it came and short below it. As you can see from my my horizontal line, it actually came and ran down that liquidity. So possibly now we could be seeing another pullback, just like the way I've displayed in that area, just for you to see. Because despite now having this also as another POI, I still feel that this one is a little bit weak and we might run it down also. So let me just draw it for the sake of remembering, or rather reminding myself of that area when that time comes. So yes, but I'll not be expecting that much from here, because all these were imbalances that we need to fill. So let's hope that we fill them coming next week. So let's go now to the 15 minutes so that you can see how price actually acted out on that point. So now on the 15 minute, we are seeing that after this break of structure right here, we are playing around this high and a low here. I think I will, let me draw this one here first. Okay, and that low. So what I'll be expecting is price to at least change for the way that it has changed direction. Then I'll be expecting price to at least come over. Let me draw my Fibonacci. Fib to that low. So I'll be expecting price to at least break this equilibrium point to actually come and fill some few areas that were left pending during last week, especially Thursday and Friday, from this point of interest of the 4 hour. So yes, we could be looking for sell opportunities from here, because we still have this liquidity that has not been touched. So also this POI, I'll be looking for it and wanting to see how price will react from it. Also, if price, like I said, if price shoots to the upside, maybe not break this structure, because if we break the structure, then that means we'll be going up, but our bias for now will be to the downside. So yes, so maybe price could not be coming up to this point, but I'll be expecting to see much more of reaction between this range of this high and this low on the 15 minutes, and see maybe if anything could turn out to work out from there according to the reaction. But all this now with this one and this one, this is liquidity. All this is liquidity. So anyone who was like selling from these points and holding, I guarantee you are just doomed or deemed to just be taken out, induced to be taken out next week. So what am I expecting tomorrow, coming next week of the 17th to 22nd, I'll be expecting at least price to come to this downside, because we had this 15-minute change of character and price looks to at least show some effort to come down and mitigate this imbalance, and also looking to buy from those other areas. Yes, so that is what I'll be looking at EURUSD from the higher time frames to the lower time frame. So let us look at GU. One of my favorite pairs. Actually, it gave me a very good profit from the news that happened on Wednesday, I think. Okay, so let's start off. Let's start off from the weekly, like always. So yes, so after the change of character right here, price has been ranging, but we're expecting price to at least come in, mitigate this demand area before shooting up. I'll try and be quick on this one. Okay, so with the daily, we had this high and this low. Price actually did a pullback to the extreme, and then after the pullback we had seen another break of structure, then another pullback right there. So this corrective pullback from the EURUSD and the EURUSD, GBPUSD, and also the AUDUSD, we are seeing that with this trend line to the upside, the way it was broken, price is actually proving more and more that we could be selling lower, or rather dumping to the lower side coming next week, or rather the next few months. Okay, that's a probable move. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor on this one. So yeah, so for the daily, we also mitigated to that area, especially the deep area, and as you can see, it also made the change of character, and I'm hoping that also with the daily, this candle will break lower than the change of character, so that we can have some more of confirmations that we are still going down. But before we look into that, we need to also pay attention to this POI that I just seen right now. Remember, I'm doing this analysis with you, and also I'm revising my own news and psychology and expectations to see where I would be expecting price to come to, and also take trades from those POI points. Okay, so yes, so this with this supply area, we have also seen that price broke off to make that change of character. So even with this week that you're seeing right here, okay, this week maybe price could be coming to the upside, then continue lower. So let's go over to the 4-hour and see what can the clues that we can get from these areas. So yes, so now after this high and this low, the way we are playing around there, we are seeing very clearly that we have this change of character after the change of character on the daily and the 4-hour right here. We are seeing that this demand area, like I told you, on the daily has not been touched, and we're also seeing this demand area also that has not been touched. So all this collective pullback was just liquidity, which now they could be proving that they want to go and take them out. So let me try and rectify this trend line of mine, so that we can see on how we could be expecting price to come to. Okay, so I think I'll leave it on that point. So yes, so for the 4-hour, what we're seeing is that price now went up, did a change of character, and also a couple of flip zones right here. But if you ask me, I feel I see so many supply areas that have already been mitigated, except for this one right here. Okay, this one, I think for there is where I'll be expecting price to come and actually sell off from that point. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this because price has just come to this demand area, which took out all this liquidity, and now from this point we could be seeing a little bit of a pullback to this area, then sell off from that area. So let me try and draw that for you. Okay, right there. So maybe have a little bit of a reaction by a deeper pullback, then a change of character right there, and maybe look for sales now from there after that pullback, after this change of character and the pullback to the extreme, or maybe a flip zone that could be created, and run down to that area to the downside. So that is what I'll be expecting. So with that 4-hour, I think that explains so much, even with going down to the 15 minutes, just to give you some clear insights. So yes, so for the 15 minutes, as you can see, we have broken this structure. Okay, so yes, I'll be expecting also that price could come down to this area. Okay, so now we'll be playing around those two areas. Okay, so what now I'm trying to see is, after this change of character, possibly if it does happen, okay, this is the 4-hour demand area that was mitigated. So if price actually breaks to the upside, let me try and put it up there. If price actually breaks to the upside, let me try and draw that. If price breaks to the upside first, maybe to this supply area right here, then I'll be expecting to take some buy opportunities from this area like that. So if I see such a shape, then I'll be taking the buy opportunities from this area to come to that point, okay, of interest. Let me try and do this out. 15 minutes. Okay, so expanding this, zooming in a little bit, I'll be taking this one also and expecting price to at least come down to this area because of this imbalance. So with this 15-minute POI, I'll be expecting price to actually touch it and maybe come down. And also, if it does not come to that area, then I'll be taking a risky trade. Okay, remember, risky trade. Also, if it does come down here first before doing or breaking this change of character, I'll be expecting price to at least do that another change of character right there and take a buy from there, and also run it to the upside to that POI, like I showed you the daily and the 4-hour POI. So what am I trying to say is that there are two possible probable moves, and that is what I'm expecting, because even with this area of demand that price has been playing around, we are still not sure how price will react from that point. But for me, I see this as liquidity. This is just pure liquidity standpoint that I'll be expecting price to, take out coming next week. So yes, so now that is what I'll be expecting on the GBPUSD. And also, if you ask me about the buys, then yes, we could be seeing price coming off to this supply area. Okay, because if you look at this supply area, actually this supply area, price did come up, did mitigate it. Like I said, even if it's the same color, you need to identify and also be very, very cautious about them. Okay, so I am really not sure about this area. Okay, sorry, this POI right here that I just marked. I'm really not sure if price is going to go, come to that point next week. But just for a safe trade, I think I'll just be taking losses from this point. But also this, we should be looking at them as liquidity, just like you see them, the way they look very much corrective to the downside. So yes, so we could be doing some little bit of inducements coming next week, and then looking to see how we can maybe sell off from maybe this point of interest or this point of interest, then go or continue to the downside. So that is how I'll be looking at when it comes to GBPUSD next week. So yes, so now that is what I'll be looking at coming next week. The key takeaway from this analysis, and what I'd love to say, is that you need to be very, very patient with your trades. Key takeaway, please be patient with your trades. Let me try and show you the one that I took this week that actually gave me a little bit of some money. So after this imbalance of the what do you call it, of the NFP, I think, I don't know which kind of news was here, but anyway, think was NFP, I'm not sure. So yes, then we had this change of character. Now I want you to look at something very closely. After this change of character, although this is the 1 hour, let me just go to the 15 minutes so that I can make my point look and sound a little bit clear. So after this change of character right here, okay, after this news, I knew this was imbalance. So after this change of character, I noticed one thing. When price went down, then came and shot up, it made the change of character. When it was doing the pullback, it didn't actually do the pullback to the extreme demand area. Why? Because there was no demand area to be mitigated. Okay, so when price was actually ranging around here, let me try and zoom in. When price was actually ranging around here, I told myself, you know what, sorry, despite this demand area, this one, despite it being the same color, it is still a demand area. Why? Because it caused the break of structure, it made a flip zone here, and with this flip zone I waited for price to actually dance around, and when it came down, I knew now I had my liquidity standpoint. So when price went up, I said, you know what, if price comes down, I will take this, let me just put it here, I will take this trade, I will take this trade right there, okay, I will take this trade right there and actually run it up to the downside, to the upside. Why? Because of this imbalance. So yes, price could have come down, okay, and continue going lower, but I was very certain that with this demand area, this is or was going to be the only place we are going to buy from. So even with that point, we knew, or rather I knew, that with my own intuition and instincts, we are going to buy. So I put in my I think I did 4.76, sorry, I think, is it 5, somewhere there, because somewhere there, because I think it was a 7, I don't know, because with this now coming to the next day after I left my trade running, I knew that despite this demand area that was not mitigated, this was actually the strong one that could actually push the price up to come and fill this imbalance. So even when I was, doing my errands during the next day, I left this price, or rather this trade, running, and when it came to the news, it actually shot up and gave me a very good interest. So kindly just be patient. And number 2, take trades without hesitation. Just be sure of your analysis, be sure of your POIs and price reacting off of them, because from there is where now you'll come and notice how much you can risk and know if actually that price can take you back to the position that you're expecting. Even if price could have come and took me out right here, but still I would be confident enough to say that that was a wrong trade and I'll learn something out of it, but with confidence and guarantee and also faith. Okay, and also faith, I knew price was going to go up. So yes, so that is just the key takeaway that I'll give you right now, and that is how I'll advise you coming to next week and what you need to look at. So please don't be shy taking trades, because from those losses is what you will win. And even if you win the trades, please try and also learn from them, look at them again and again, and see or reason out yourself to show yourself how much you actually earned because of what you actually believed in. Okay, so that is all I can say for this week and for next week also, and I wish you all the best for what is gonna come, or what is going to turn out coming next week of the 17th to 22nd of June. So yes, so that will be just all for now for me, and I hope that you have a nice weekend and have a nice week. God bless you all.